Hello and welcome to Kevin Reviews Something Every Day for September 21st, 2009. Today I'm going to review the first episode of the brand new series of Survivor Samoa, which happens to be the 19th season of Survivor, which is a little frightening considering I watched the first season back in the day. I'm a bit of an ex-Survivor buff. Really liked it when it was kind of in its heyday, first few seasons. Came back to it every now and then. My freshman year of college, I watched the season. There's two seasons a year. There's a fall and a spring season. I watched the fall season that year, I think. I don't remember. It was a while ago. But I've kind of been in and out of it for different years. Up to the point of actually I was in a betting pool on it one year, but didn't win. Came close. So you've got Survivor. I mean, does anyone know the general premise of Survivor? 20 people on an island, split into two tribes. They have challenges, and they got to vote each other off. It's the tribe has spoken. Voted off the island. These words have become parlance. Parlance have become typical. We find them a lot in society now because of Survivor. This new season is in Samoa. Yes, that's why it's called Survivor Samoa, because I don't want to number them. Because Survivor 20 or Survivor 19 sounds kind of but Survivor Samoa, okay, that's not a show that's been on for far too long. Relatively good episode, pretty straightforward inter-tribal games that they had to complete for rewards and for immunity, so they didn't have to vote somebody off. One of the tribes did, one of the tribes didn't, obviously. And the tribe that ended up voting somebody off is the home of what Jeff Probst, the host of Survivor, has called the closest thing to pure evil on Survivor ever. Now, I watched back in the day when Johnny Fairplay was an actual person, and Richard Hatch of the original Survivor, who won and defined Survivor gameplay from there on out. He's the guy that created an alliance on Survivor. That's how big of a deal Richard Hatch was, who's been in and out of jail a couple times for tax evasion and things like that. But I mean, that's the kind of guy Rich is in the history of this. But okay, Russell is this new guy on Survivor who's apparently an oil tycoon from Houston, which makes Texas kind of sound bad because this guy's from there. So in the first episode alone, he sabotaged his own tribe. He's made an individual alliance with every single person in his tribe, or close to, and is lying and cheating and trying to be the most backbitingest guy ever, with a certain amount of success, but he calls himself the puppet master, and he's very full of himself. Oh my gosh. And I can't see it not coming back to bite him. There's a classic rule of Survivor is scheme and plot, but don't scheme and plot too much, and he is certainly falling into that trap. And if just two of his people, talk to each other, that he's got in singles alliance things, he's going to fall apart and get voted out. But he is fun to watch, to be fair. I mean, this guy who thinks he's all that, and from a relatively experienced viewer, he's going to get shut down before long. I hope. I mean, he's just so full of himself, which makes for good TV, but you can't really root for him. Oh, how he sabotaged his tribe was in the middle of the night or something. It was very obscure when all this sort of happened, editing tricks and whatnot. But apparently he emptied out all of the tribe's canteens. He drank his own water, then everybody else was out, because he wants to weed out the weak. Although making your tribe weak doesn't help you win competitions, which has further bad repercussions down the line, like having to vote people out. But so he dumped out all the water and then smiled about it glamly, but it was on night vision, so it was probably dark, so nobody else could see him. Sorry, I'm playing with a wrench. I should stop that. And then burned one of the guy's socks. Where do you come up with that sort of thing? But he's of the mindset, I'm already rich, I don't need the money. I'm an oil tycoon. I'm just wanting to prove that I'm, the best game Survivor player ever. And hubris is tough to deal with, man. It's Kevin Reviews Something Every Day for September 21st, 2009.